Hey y'all, Rural Readiness here. What is today? Today is January the 1st, 2019. Holy crap, where did the year go? Golly, 2018 was great. I'm hoping that 2019 is just as good for me. I've met so many people that mean the world to me. I met FLP, and I couldn't ask for a better fella in my life. Golly. I met so many people on YouTube, and I consider myself very, very blessed to have such real, and that's key, real people in my life. I don't need all the hoopla, and I don't need all the fake. Nope. So if you're real, come on in. If not, keep trucking. Yeah. So I'm going to help do what I can to ensure that 2019 is just as good. And the way that I do that, and the way that Southerners do that in general, is we have a tradition on January the 1st. We have a meal of black-eyed peas, cabbage, ham hocks or ham of some sort, and rice and cornbread. And that's what I'm doing today, is preparing my first meal of 2019. So I want 2019 to be as awesome as 2018. So I'm going to do what I can to ensure that that happens. My fellow FLP doesn't observe the same tradition. And I enlightened him on the story behind why Southerners eat black-eyed peas and cabbage. And I'll do the same for you, in case you were wondering, why do all those crazy Southern people eat black-eyed peas and cabbage on New Year's Day? What's up with that? I'll tell you why. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get my cornbread made and in the oven because it takes the longest. The black-eyed peas and cabbage and rice don't take as long. So I'm going to get that in the oven. I'm going to show you how to do it really quick. I'm just making a small pone, which is a skillet. I'm making a small pone of cornbread because it's just me. I don't know if Josh is going to make it to have New Year's Day dinner with me or not, but I'm going to get it done really quick. So I'm going to bring you over and throw this together really fast because it's something that's really easy. I've got yellow cornmeal mix. I'm just going to grab about, I don't know, about a half cup of this. Because like I said, I'm just making a small thing of cornbread. This is flour. Alright, I've got 1 egg. I always crack my fresh eggs in a container before I put them in my food. This is powdered milk. I just guesstimate until I get it to the right consistency. That's what it looks like. Like I said, real quick, nothing fancy. I'm going to bring you over to the skillet. So what I'm doing here is I'm getting my skillet hot. And this is Crisco in the skillet. So I'm going to pour my batter in here. You hear that sizzle? Yes, yes. That is the stuff of life right there. I'm going to put this in the oven. I've got my oven set at 400, and I'm going to cook it till it's brown on top. So now we need to get the black-eyed peas and cabbage on cooking. I've got some ham that I have in the refrigerator. So I am going to slice up. This is already sliced ham. I'm going to slice up some of it to put in the black-eyed peas and in the cabbage. And this is canned. It is my... You remember when I did my video on home canning the bacon? Well, I kept all of my bacon drippings or bacon fat, and I put it in this jar, and I have another half-gallon jar, and I keep this, and I keep it in the refrigerator. So I'm going to add some of this to my black-eyed peas and my cabbage. So I've got my ham and my bacon fat down in my pot. Now I'm going to cut the cabbage to go in with that. All that's left is the core of the cabbage. Alright, I'm going to put this on the stove and add a little water to the bottom and get this cooking, and I will bring you back when I bring the cornbread out of the oven. Why do crazy people in the South eat black-eyed peas and cabbage, ham hocks, rice, and cornbread on New Year's Day? What does all that gibberish mean? So when you combine the black-eyed peas, the rice, and the pork, it's a traditional dish called Hoppin' John. That's what the Southerners call a dish made of black-eyed peas, rice, and ham. So the stories say peas and salted pork were said to have been animal food. They would have been left untouched because of the belief that they were animal food unfit for human consumption. So Southerners considered themselves lucky to be left with some supplies to help them survive the winter in the Civil War. It's said that that's all the Confederates had to eat, was what was left untouched by the Union Army, because they didn't consider it good enough to eat. So the black-eyed peas evolved into a good luck food. And other sources trace the eating of black-eyed peas back to the Egyptians. At the time of the pharaohs, it was considered a sign of humility before the gods to eat such a lowly food. So what about the cabbage? Most people will tell you they eat cabbage or collard greens to ensure prosperity. The green leaves represent money. The real truth probably comes closer to cabbage and collard greens are late crops, and that means that, especially in the South, they would be plentiful and ready for harvest in early January. Also, with the fresh vegetables, that meant extra nutrition. The ancient Egyptians and Greeks and Romans ate cabbage as well. They ate it to ward off disease and aid in digestion. So I think that my cornbread is ready. So I'm going to bring it out. I'll show you what it looks like. So it's golden on top. So whenever I cook cornbread, I always flip it. And put the crust side up. And the reason I do that is so that my crust won't get soggy. I like a crust on my cornbread, and it also makes it easier to slice. So I put the crusty side up. So there's the cornbread. It's ready to go. So as soon as this other food gets ready, I will show you what it all looks like put together. Yay, yay! So while I wait on the rest of the food to get done, I'm going to have me a little piece of cornbread, and I'm going to put, it is still hot, so I'm going to put some butter on this, and I'm going to indulge. A little pat of butter. I'm going to eat this piece of crunchy cornbread crust. This is good food right here. Yum yum. This is a typical New Year's Day meal for January the 1st, 2019. Heck yes. So the peas, since they swell when they're cooked, the peas symbolize prosperity. And the greens, whatever choice of greens that you use, some people use collards, the greens symbolize the money. The pork, because the pigs root forward when foraging, the pork represents positive motion. And the cornbread, which is gold in color, represents gold. And the appropriate seasoning for this meal is Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning. Heck yes, heck yes. Good stuff, good stuff. And butter on my cornbread, and accompanied with my drink of choice, Southern sweet tea. So from me here at Rural Readiness, I would like to wish you all a very prosperous and healthy 2019. Happy New Year, everybody. I am going to go enjoy my first meal of 2019. So that's it for me. Until next time, I'll see you later.